Well, there you go, guys. The unit is done. Just leaning against something here. Couple of things. I haven't put the table surface back on yet, but it looks like it's working okay. I can't seem to do very rapid moves. About 5 inches a minute seems to be the maximum before it starts losing steps on the x-axis here. It has quite a lot of friction in it, so I might be able to reduce that and speed it up some, but no telling. I broke one of the lugs off of one of the stepper motors, which is annoying, but it was just for the Z-axis, so it's not under any especially great load. And my resolution to the spacing problem was I did upgrade to 1/4 inch from 3/16, and that's why I broke that lug off, is I went and I tapped them, and I just torqued a little too hard on that one. That was my fault, but it is still pretty solid. These are much more solid with 1/4 inch things here. You can actually see I can move the carriage more than I move the stepper. In any case, we'll do just a quick seek. We'll do a Z, well, what should be a Z up. Oh, you better watch out I don't crash here. I suppose I could reduce the amount it's moving. We'll do a Y, well, what should be a Y forward. And then we'll do an X, it should be an X, yeah, an X right. It seems that I've gotten all my axes reversed, but I can correct for that in the software on the CNC controller here. In any case, indirect ad for Diet Coke there. So, seems to be working okay, as long as I don't push it too hard. So I'm going to finish putting it together, and I've run a couple of short programs. The only thing I'm a little frustrated with is actually the software, which is this universal G-code sender. Doesn't seem to, it must be waiting for something like an end of file marker in the G-code, and none of the files I created have it in there, so it always just kind of hangs at the end of the program. It's kind of a little frustrating. You know, like this unit acknowledges that it's done, but that software doesn't. Now, Kenny had asked, I'll turn the camera around. Kenny had asked, what kind of software can you use with this unit? Well, actually, it's pretty good. You can pretty much use all freeware for this. What's that program that, SketchUp. You can use SketchUp to do your drawings. You can export that to either to a DXF file or an STL file, or there are some plugins that actually will generate G-code directly from the SketchUp file. Now, I'm assuming that that's just 2D or 2.5D, you know, like engraving drawings and that sort of thing, but that would be adequate for what I intended to use this machine for. So I'm going to try my hand at generating a couple of those sort of files, because right now I'm just interested in trying some engraving. The first project that I want to do with this thing is an engraving project, and we'll see what how things go with it. Apart from that, you know, like the software that's on the little microcontroller in here is all freeware, and it's called GRBL, and basically it just translates the G code into motion commands for the stepper motors, and it works quite well as far as I'm concerned. I think that some commercial products use it. One I know of is the Shapeoko machine uses some variant of GRBL on there. I'm not sure if it's their exact software, but some variant of it. And you know, hey, if they like it, it must be good for something. Yeah, I think I can see why I might have been having some issues with a bit of friction in the x-axis. You can see it's pretty tight there. So I'm going to take this piece out and I'm going to radius the edge to give it some clearance there. But I think most of the friction is right in these couplers that I'm using as nuts for the lead screw, but certainly that doesn't help. Anyways, we'll radius that and see if it makes any difference. Okay, so I'm going to try, I've been doing a bit of air cutting, so I'm going to try, this isn't the right bit to use, but I'm not sure where I put my engraving bits, so I'll try this one. We'll see how well it goes here. I've double-sided taped this down. You can see it's got a little bit of movement there, but it should be enough that I can do this as long as it don't crash. Last time I turned this little Dremel, or it's actually a job mate, but on, it glitched my computer and it actually crashed it, so it's pretty noisy. In any case, I'm going to try a quick program here to do a cut. I'm going to pause you guys, put you on a stand here, and we'll watch it cut. Okay, I'll probably edit out all the failed tries here, but here we go again. I was having some glitching problems with the spindle, or Dremel, or router, whatever you want to call it. So I plugged into a different outlet. I've been having trouble getting it to recognize what I would consider zero, which in this case would be contact with the material that I want to mill, and I think I finally got that resolved. So I'm going to turn the spindle on, try again, and we'll see if it actually routes the circle. There we go. That actually finally did what it was supposed to. A little bit of messiness on that circle, but and the circle appears to have met up with itself, so it didn't appear to lose any steps while it was cutting. So that's good news. And I learned a little bit about resetting the zero in this software here, so how to do that. So all in all, it wasn't a loss, but it was really an annoying series of events. In any case, guys, hopefully you found this interesting. I'm going to measure this, see if it jives with what the computer, the G-code file says it was supposed to be. And we have somebody else who's decided that she would like to be an assistant, but I don't think she likes the light that's coming off of the camera. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Oh, and a quick teaser here. What's in the box? Might be enough of a hint to anybody who's seen this.